What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a little while since we did a video. Gonna jump back on it today. Before we get on today's subject, I got just a couple quick things on the personal trucks I'm gonna update everyone on. We have our compound kit that has finally showed up from Larry. Super quick turnaround. I remember my first kit that was on my black and tan truck. It took like 7 months or something like that. He had this thing knocked out way faster. So that's just a quick Harley truck update. Haven't really done anything else on it as of right this second. Still waiting on an engine, but Randy has everything to get that done. I believe it's at balance right now. We were waiting on our pistons. They were wrong when they come in, so we had to go through a whole situation with that. Went ahead, pulled the converter out, and gonna pull the input shaft out. And like I said, I'm going to just buy a nice triple disc and a billet input and see how long we can make this factory 5R live at like 1300 horsepower. I'd say not long, but you never know. So when that blows up, we'll go ahead and I'm going to swing for a 4R. I believe that I'm going to build my own. Not positive on that yet, but that's my plan with it. Kind of leaning more towards the 4R. I really don't like 5Rs. I don't like the way they shift. They're way too inconsistent. So we'll wait till that one blows up and then we'll swing to go ahead and do that. I think that's all I've got as far as the Harley truck goes. I've moved a couple things around, tucked this truck has amp steps. I tucked all that. I don't want to trim that big bundle of wire just yet, just in case we ever have to move it or anything. So that's all tucked up out of the way. I ran all my wires for everything nice and neat up the factory harness here, and everything comes out right here, and I will extend as needed for our battery tray. This truck also has a sound system in it, and I wanted to keep it, so I moved all the amp stuff for the subs, moved it over to the fender, and I'll tuck it real nice and neat and bring it over here to the battery as well. Trying to make it as clean as possible with keeping all the creature comforts, so hiding everything that we can. I'm just gonna open this and show y'all. Super nice stuff in here. I got gated headers, our dual high pressure pump system. I did spend some time on this, making it look pretty. I went ahead and all our extra lines, I went ahead and I loomed and heat shrinked like I always do, just to make them look that much better. Spent some time polishing some stuff. This is your line that comes off your factory pump in the valley. Just throw it down there, why don't I? Spent some time also polishing this guy. So I got all our pulleys and everything nice and polished up as good as I could. Make it look nice, that much better. Looks pretty. I like it. I did try to polish the hydraulic filter, but it just does not want to polish. I sanded it and everything, and that's about as good as I can get it to look. So no big deal on that. Cleaned up the cap that comes with it. So there's our dual pumps. So we're pretty much completely dialed in as far as this goes. I've got 2 gates and a blow-off valve that Larry sent, trying to keep the setup happy. So I'm really excited. I know it's really dumb. Out of all this whole setup, what I'm excited about is the blow-off valve. I've never heard a diesel with a blow-off valve, so I'm interested to hear how it's going to sound letting off. I think it'll be kind of cool. I know some people are going to hate it, think it's kind of rice rockety, but I like it. I think it's pretty sick. So I'm excited to hear that. I did kind of briefly talk on this. This is a 476 and a 488 setup, and we're going to be running 430 150s and dual pumps and Warren's ICP and IPR. And I don't know what it's going to make. I know it's going to make north of 4 digits, and this is probably one of the very first trucks that I've spent all the money and know for certain that it's going to make north of 4 digits. So just kind of planning accordingly, and then obviously whatever it makes on nitrous. We want to be kind of conservative with what we make power-wise, because I know that factory blocks like to crack at around 1,600 horsepower. I think that's right around the threshold that they crack. I'm pretty sure Denny has cracked like 5 or 6 of them things. So I kind of want to be a little conservative on that, because we are not filling this block. It's not a billet block or anything, and there's going to be a lot of money in it. So I want to be very cautious on that. So I think what we'll do is, if it makes past that, which I don't know what it's going to do with the ICP and IPR kit. People are making absolutely insane numbers off that right now. So I'd say 1,600 horsepower is definitely not out of the question. I just want to kind of be around that threshold. So if it makes, I know it's not going to make more than that, but if it does make around that, we'll dial it back on the wastegates to where it makes, 1,500, something like that. Just kind of be smart about it. That's the cool thing about wastegates, is they're kind of a pain in the ass to dial in, but you can restrict the setup and run certain classes with them. Like, say the truck runs, 590 class or something like that, 690. We can dial it back. Say there's only a 770 class at a certain event, we can dial it back on the wastegates and make the truck run 770. So that's really, really cool on that. And also the blow-off valve. I'm really excited about that blow-off valve. Yeah, it ought to be pretty cool. Got the down pipes and everything for it. And we will take the headers and all the hot sides off the turbo. I'll be taking them over to my ceramic coat shop, and we'll get them ceramic coated and everything. And yeah, I think that's all I got on the Harley truck for right now. We also did make a change. We are not going to be using SCT for tuning. We're going to switch over to HP tuners on the guidance of Larry, and he's got a guy that's tuning for his setups and the ICP and IPR kit that he's, pretty familiar with. So lean towards that. I also see there's a couple people that are writing tunes with HP, and you can also do a lot of different stuff with it that'll make it a lot easier at the track if we want to change something up. Being able to tune the Fickum and everything all in one swing in-house is going to be really, really nice. So we're going to do a huge thing. I'll have to get familiar with it, because I'm not familiar with HP whatsoever. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of all the SCT stuff and move it over to HP. So other than that, I really think that's about all I've got on the Harley truck. Hopefully we will have an engine back very soon, and I will go ahead and get everything buttoned up. Hopefully we'll have a converter and an input shaft by then, and we'll be ready to slap the engine back in. And then obviously we'll have to save up for some, the other odds and ends that have to go back on it. Onto the white truck here, nothing has changed other than a different tune from Jelly, and we're going to try it out. Bottles are filled and everything. I think we're going to plan to go to Smoky Mountain Truck Fest, which is September 29th. It's the end of this month or something like that. It's in Sevierville, and I believe that I'm actually going to go ahead and slap this guy on the dyno and see what she makes. I have no idea, but we got nitrous and everything, so we'll make a good show for everybody. If everybody wants to come up there, I'll bring some shirts and stuff with me. I'm not going to have a booth or nothing like that. Just want to go up, hang out, do a dyno pull, and that'll probably be about a wrap for me. But Smoky Mountain Truck Fest, September 29th or something like that. You'll have to look that up, or I'll put it down here while I'm talking. But yeah, gonna go up there, probably go ahead and dyno it and everything. And if you guys are up there, come by, come see me, come say hi, and watch me dyno this thing. We'll see what it makes. If you see me crying, it either blew up or it made 500 horsepower. So, all right, so let's move on to what we got going on today. I got my buddy Brandon's truck. We're fixing to pull it in the shop. He just bought it, and I want to stress before we get into this video, this is my friend, and we're really not doing anything fancy with this truck. It has a hurt engine. I don't know what's wrong with it. I believe it's something in the bottom end wants to come out and be part of the outside world. And I don't really know what it is, but we have a used engine that we're going to put in it. I want to stress right now before you watch this video, I do not do this stuff for customers. We will not put used engines in. We will not put used parts in. This is strictly my friend that doesn't have a lot of money to put into the truck, and we just want to get it back up and going for him. So the stuff you see, we will not do on customer trucks. I can't stress that enough. So please don't message me, don't ask. I will not do it. This is just a friend. So I'm going to get it pulled in and get started on it. I have a used engine that I got to go get from Randy. It was the engine out of our red dually that dropped a bolt and destroyed a piston. We had Randy put a piston in it, and then it got a new set of heads. So we're getting ringed heads. I got a used set of studs over there, like bare bones, guys, like just trying to get the truck back on the road for him. And like I said, he's my friend, so I'm gonna take care of him. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna go ahead and get it pulled in, get the cab up, and we'll probably do another part of doing the engine and everything and getting it all buttoned up. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was our quick little update there for the morning here. Come see us at the Smoky Mountain Truck Fest. Let's get started with today's video. All right, guys. Well, we're walking up to our rig here. Here she is. Yeah, she's on some wide pickle smooching boggers. Super pickle smoochy. My God. I don't even know if this thing's gonna fit on the rack. I don't even know if it's gonna fire up. So yesterday I pulled it over here, and whoever owned it prior to Brandon did not run fender liners and drove it in the rain and everything. So basically everything up under here is just thrashed and not where it needs to be. Everything over here is just absolutely caked in mud. So I come over here and pressure washed everything. Radiator hose is upside down. It's a unit, guys. Absolute unit. Don't really know what's going on here, but that spring is just dying to kill somebody. Hopefully not us, but you can see no fender liners. I had to clean all this. Yeah, she's rough. She needs some TLC, guys. So I don't even know if she's gonna fire up here. I like to watch my legs because this thing is ready to have a rod come out or something. See if she'll even give me a lick here. Took me 2 hours the other day to get this thing to fire up. It's not making any compression. Probably gonna need some starting fluid. Yep, okay. Let me go get some starting fluid. All right, let's try that again. Little rusty trusty brake clean here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that's enough. Yeah, sure. Find out, won't we? Yeah. She don't want it. Don't want it. Oh, mother. Don't want it. Try that. There we go. Yeah. Oh my God. There we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah. Try that. Okay. Come on. Come on. Give me a lick, baby. Well.
One eternity later.
All right. She just needed a shitload of brake clean. It's a good unit right here, guys. Good unit. Probably ought not to put my face down there. oh Jesus, let's pull this fine unit to the other side of the shop. All right, will she make her maiden voyage? All we need is it to make it to the other side of the shop. Okay. Oh God. Oh God. We're doing it! It's doing it! And some of these, and some of these.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it! Yeah! Yeah! And some of these, and some of these. Almost there, and done.
All right, well, that was a blast. Y'all know the drill. I'm not going to do super informative stuff on this video. I've already got a good video on that, but y'all know the drill. Before you pull it on the rack, we're going to go ahead, get the carpet, all our body trim pieces, all your floor mats out, and get your cab bolts pulled. And then we will go ahead and get on the other side and get the emergency brake cable, bust it loose. And after that, we can go ahead and nudge it forward, get the rack arms positioned where they need to go, and start taking the rest of the truck apart. We don't pull no rear seats around here. All right, peeps, I've got the truck where I want it, and I've got everything needed. Like I show in my other video, I like to do everything back off the rack, so I'll go ahead and get all my cab bolts buzzed out and everything. That way you're not sitting here fighting the doors and everything between the rack arms. You got a ground strap on this side that you need to take off, 8mm bolt, and then your emergency brake cable on the other side. I go over that in great detail in my cab pull series. So now that I have it positioned, everything, got my arms where I want them and roughly ready to go up, we're gonna go ahead and get started on the engine bay, get coolant draining and everything. This truck was like a total loss. We got a hurt engine. It's got cracked heads. We're pumping diesel fuel into the coolant, like just an absolute total waste of money. So we're doing everything we can to salvage what he's got. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get the coolant draining and then get started on bumping everything out of the engine bay here and get ready for the cab to go up. I got our coolant drained, and just for giggles here, I'm gonna see how much fuel, because I'm pretty sure that's just straight diesel fuel right there. So we're just gonna find out here. I'm gonna already use my torch for my cab mounts here, so might as well find out. Oh yeah, that's diesel fuel for sure. Woo! If you are curious if you have a cracked head and that's diesel fuel, just drain your coolant and see if it lights on fire. Ooh, my God. That's a lot of diesel fuel. So I want to show you something that just cracks me up every time I work on one of these and I find stuff like this. This is why 6-liters have a bad name, because people work on them that they shouldn't work on Huffies. They shouldn't even ride a bike, period. We know shit. Took a radiator hose and we put it on upside down here. It is completely kinked off right here. And we said, yep, that looks good to me. And we just shipped it. Who does that? Who does this shit? Whoever you are, your ass needs to go to Arkham Asylum. You should be ashamed of yourself. What the hell is this? What is this? Why? Why? What even is that? It's completely upside down. Kinked? That's kinked too. Holy shit. You should be ashamed. If you know this truck and you did this, ashamed. Shame. All right, guys, so cab's up, and I'm gonna get started on tear down now. Compressor's building up, get the fan off, and start tearing this thing down and see what other wonderful goodies we can find with this truck. Also, real quick, now is the best time to clean your workspace. Go ahead, put all your tools up that you had out during the cab pull. Go ahead and clean your floor and your work surface. I hate a dirty shop, and I hate sitting here trying to walk in fluid. I don't understand why in God's green earth you would want to sit around and slide in all the fluid you left on the floor. Clean up after yourself. Now's the best time to do it. Clean your entire workspace. Like I said, put your tools up so you're not working in clutter, and it makes your life so much nicer. Oh my God, what the hell? It makes your life a lot nicer when you're working on trucks like this. right, guys, we are ready to get this engine yanked out. I'm gonna leave basically all my other odds and ends bolted up to it for right now, injectors and everything, until we get it out. And then I'll swap everything into our other engine with it on the ground. Well, we went ahead and decided to drop the oil, see what it looked like. And it's definitely some of the worst looking oil I've ever seen. And our drain plug had probably every bit of a inch tower of metal on it. And we went ahead and pulled IPR out. And this is a new IPR. This is what they look like from Ford now, by the way. And yeah, we're just full of bearing material. All sorts of chunkies on that one. This made it, I don't know, would you?
5-10 mile maybe.
5 mile. 5 mile on that bad boy. She is smoked. So we will not be using a thing out of this engine because everything's gonna have metal in it. So starting over. All right, so real quick before I close the video out here, I'm gonna go ahead and just as a good closer, I'm gonna pull this lower oil pan off and see what type of goodies we got hanging out in the bottom of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and yank it real quick and then I'll finish this video up. I'm gonna stand pretty firm that this is definitely gonna be the worst 6-liter I've ever tore apart. This is definitely absolutely insane to me. I've never seen one. I don't even know what failed in this, to be 100% honest with you. But I'm gonna flip you around here, show you the pan. Definitely way worse than I expected. I'll show you the pickup tube first. Yeah. Oh my God. It's lot. The pickup tube's just got all sorts of junk in it. But here we go. Got a bolt. What is that? That is a gigantic chunk of bearing right there. Yeah. That's absolutely insane right there, guys. I went ahead and grabbed me a little screwdriver here to show you guys just how thick this is. So y'all can see. There we go. Pretty crazy stuff right there, guys. That is just absolutely bonkers. I don't even really know what has failed in this thing, but she's smoked. I don't know. I'm assuming, I'm not gonna say for certain, but I think maybe where the trans mount was bad. Just my educated opinion. Say where the trans mount was bad and they put a trans in it. I'd say it probably absolutely smoked the thrust bearing in the bottom end, and everything else was just a catastrophic event after that. So that's what I think. But regardless, definitely the Worst 6-liter I've ever seen. I don't even know what happened. So that's where I'm going to close this video out. We got this engine out. That's where I wanted to stop at. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. I can't stress that enough. If you want to go down and support us and buy some merchandise, I will have the link in the video description. Go check that out. And if you need educated help on how to do this job yourself, I have very educational videos on how to pull a cab, how to pull an engine, even with the cab still on. And just go back, check out the channel. You'll see them on there. Watch those videos and you can do this yourself. So thank you guys so much. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.